Hey everyone, welcome back to Headlines on Geek Space. I'm Danny. It has been a while, it's been a few weeks. My life's been crazy. I'm currently in New York, but I'm trying to keep putting these out. I'm going to be all over the place for the next about month. So excited, keep putting these out hopefully, maybe do some more stuff that you're going to see. But for right now, we'll talk about news. So, last week Steam banned about 1,000 games from the Steam store. Valve said in a statement to PC Gamer, who had originally reported on the bannings themselves, that the bans were in response to an abuse of Steamworks tools by certain developers and publishers. Multiple fairly notable games have been affected by these bannings. Everything from Masha Rescues Grandma, Electric Highway, Glasswing Ascension, and Run Rooms, which it got pretty big. It was covered by Markiplier.
If you are here, then you in-game.
All fairly large games in the indie space, or at least have been covered or noted in some way by outlets, have been affected by this ban. And everybody's kind of asking why. As some investigators on Reddit and Twitter pointed out, a large number of these games are related to a publisher known as Dagestan Technologies, which are out of Russia. And I did some peeking of my own. The really interesting thing about Dagestan Technology is that you could see that their website looks fairly professional. I went through a lot of the information, but things begin to add up less when you start looking deeper. They have 3 reviews of themselves on the website by developers, and I looked these people up. It has an @ so I tried Twitter first, couldn't find them on Twitter. I looked them up on Facebook, on VK, which is the Russian social media, and I really couldn't find these guys anywhere. Now maybe I didn't look deep enough, or I don't understand how to look up things on VK, also completely possible. Maybe they changed their @ symbols, but it seems weird to, have an @ symbol and not link it. It seems like something you would do. But that's okay. Maybe they just changed their things or they're on private. I don't know. But then I went to their YouTube channel. Their YouTube channel has a handful of trailers for games on them. Among them are Draconica, which is some sort of cartoon, animated, I don't know how you would say it, almost like a visual novel looking thing that's like a horror game, mystery game. They have Bloodbath Kavkaz, which is a Hotline Miami lookalike. They have Era, which is a pixelated builder. They have VCB Y City, which I think is the strangest one, which is a third-person shooter sandbox open world game, supposedly, that looks like it was like a third grader's first Gmod project, and apparently the whole thing is a satire about the Russian video game blogger Anton Salaganov. I might be mispronouncing that. Apologies, Anton. But the most confusing thing about this is that on their website they have a section that just says project submissions. And that seems to me like they're just taking open submissions for games, which is, I'm not an indie dev, but that seems to me not usually how these things turn out. Like, there isn't just like a form on the website where you upload your project or a project document and then somebody decides, hey, you're on Steam now. But maybe it works differently in Russia. I don't know. I have no idea. PC Gamer acknowledged in the work of the independent investigators on Reddit and Twitter that it shows that Dagestan seems to have been operating under multiple aliases, or at the very least is connected to a bunch of other publishers and developers throughout Steam. There's a tool you can use that shows the connections between a game and a publisher, and there seems to be a lot of things where there are 5 connections and under these games, where these low-quality homework games are connected to Dagestan in some way. And what they said is it's the 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon sort of system, which is interesting, because at this point, I don't really know what they get out of it. Clearly they're uploading tons of low-quality games to Steam, but the question is, how effective is that really? How many sales are they really getting? The idea being that they upload enough crap, basically, and I'm not saying all the games that were deleted were crap, but if they upload enough low-quality games, is it possible that they can manipulate the algorithm enough that they could sell to people, or that they could have Steam's algorithm recommend it to people? And if so, how many sales are they actually getting from this? And this is why the Steam ban is all the more interesting, because it seems to almost be an implicit acknowledgement that it was working, right? Why would you ban somebody if it's not working? Otherwise, you're just going to get these people's, these people's business, their community, their fees. But if it's working, if it really is working that people are manipulating these people into buying games, that's when you ban them. So there must have been some sort of effectiveness to this strategy. A final weird thing is that of the games banned, almost all of them are centered in Russia, even the ones that are not related to Dagestan at all, like Run Rooms, which is not published under Dagestan. And in an exchange on Twitter, Idle Games said that he had it initially published under a friend's name, but then linked it to his name, but neither was Dagestan Games. So I don't know exactly why he got banned, except that he is from Russia. Maybe it's not just about Dagestan Games. Maybe it's about Russian developers and publishers in general. And maybe Valve is worried about them. Maybe it's a security issue. They're worried about what the influx of Russian people accessing the system could do. I don't know. It does seem strange they're all centered in Russia, and that the one Russian publisher we can point to is this kind of weird shell game, and that people even outside of that shell game are being affected. There's a lot of questions here that are not being answered, and it's probably because the more you answer the questions, the scarier it's going to seem. And the other thing is, if this was effective, if Valve is admitting that this method was effective, how are they going to prevent this in the future? Are they just going to play whack-a-mole with every single developer that pops up and try to ban them, and then have to do this over and over and over again as more Dagestan Technology show up and create shell companies and different publisher names and upload a bunch of things? Or are they going to, I guess, tamper down on the self-publishing on Steam, which was something that was initially criticized by people as going to bring an influx of low-quality garbage to Steam, and this might be an implicit acknowledgement that that was at least partially true. You know, who really knows? What is Valve going to do to react to when this happens in the future? Is there a way to solve this problem without doing it manually? So that's it for headlines this week. I'm Danny. I'm going to try and get these up, like I said, every week. I apologize if they're not going to be exactly every week, but I'll try my best. I will try my best. I have a tripod with me. I have a bag full of crap. I'm going to try and make this work. I'm going to try and make it work, baby. I'm going to try and make it work.